Hello, long time no see. I have a new love reading for you today called What's He Thinking About Me Now? What's he or she thinking about me now? It's a 4-card reading and a 4-stack card reading, and it's timeless, which means you can find it today, next week, or 10 years from today, and you have 4 stacks to choose from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can choose number 1, 2, 3 or 4. Have a choice, have a little think. You can choose 2 if you want. Pause the video if you like. Remember, each of these is followed by lucky numbers for the lottery, etc. And it could make you a millionaire. I just apologise for not being around for a while. I've had some problems at home with COVID and all sorts of other things. But hopefully back on track now to make more videos for you and your lucky numbers. And I've got to warn you that some criminals have cloned my website, stardustspells.co.uk, which I do my witchcraft spells for you. It's called stardustspells.co.uk. They're under investigation by the fraud squad. If it doesn't say .co.uk, it's not me. So mine is stardustspells.co.uk or davidcharlespsychic.com. So watch out for fake copies. If you chose number 1, this one's for you. I'll put 2, 3 and 4 over there. Let's have a look what number 1 has in the love stakes. What's he thinking about me now? So we'll look. Take a look. Need a couple more on there, I beg your pardon. I'm not counting properly. I'm trying to talk and count. Right, now then we have lack of sleep. These are the negatives. I'll give the negatives first. This one shows me you're not sleeping well. So that means you're worrying about something. It's a love reading, so it's probably to do with your love life. What's worrying you? It's not going to help. If you worry about it, does it help? No, but it's easy for me to say. But try to stop worrying if you can, because I see you there alone at night with your worries for company. So there may be other things involved as well, but it's probably linked to your love life because it is a love reading called What's He Thinking About Me Now? So try not to worry too much. Now, I have a lady here and she is concerned about you. So it could be your mum, your sister, somebody at work, maybe a friend at university. Somebody's concerned about you, and she's not very old, and it's someone you can talk to, and you may not know it, but she's concerned about you. So she obviously thinks a lot about you. So it could be a bloke, but for most of you, that's a girl who is concerned about you, and they probably know you're not sleeping very well. These are your negatives. This one here, the swords, which are, of course, spades in an ordinary deck, that card indicates arguments, quarrels, and bickering. Now, when this card shows up, it means don't argue because you'll lose. So if you argue, and this is a 12 to 14 week reading, try not to argue, keep out of conflict, including legal arguments. Don't get involved in conflict because you'll probably get beat, and don't get involved in other people's arguments because you'll probably get the blame. So these are your negatives. Lack of sleep, a lady worried about you. That's not really negative, but it means that there's a concern about you by somebody. And arguments. The rest of it's pretty positive. You have the death card, which doesn't mean death, as I'm sure you know, most of you. The death card means it's the end of an era, so this is probably positive. It means a part of your life is finishing and a new phase is beginning. This can mean a brand new lover. It's a love reading, so it can mean a brand new lover, or a new phase in your love life. Could be you're get married. It's a new turning point. You're getting rid of all the old stuff. What, like the day when you put the bins out for the bin lorry to come. You're taking out your rubbish, getting rid of it, putting it in the past where it belongs. That will help you stop worrying, and a brand new start is predicted. As I said, it can mean a brand new lover. It can mean all sorts of things new. Out with the old, in with the new, a bit like New Year or spring cleaning. So you have arguments you can avoid, a lady concerned about you, and a new beginning. These are your positives now, and you can see this one here. That's a love card. This is the 4 of Cups, which would be the 4 of Hearts. And hearts mean love, and cups mean love, overflowing with love. That person is not looking up, and it shows somebody making him or her an offer of love. So you, number 1, have an admirer, and you may not realise it. Somebody fancies you, maybe not yet, but during the next 12 to 14 weeks, somebody takes an interest in you and they really like you a lot. They may not make themselves known to you. Maybe they're married or something. Be careful. But somebody's taken a shine to you, and it may have already happened. Have a think about who that could be. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to, and follow me. It's all free. And if you want a love spell, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com or stardustspells.co.uk. But somebody fancies you during the next period, I'd love to know about that. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your comments. They're important. Now I'm saving the best till last. This card is the Fool. And that is the Joker in an ordinary deck. Look at the dog looking at him because he's about to leap over the cliff. The dog thinks he's mad. The card's saying to you, take a chance, take a risk, but don't leap over the cliff. Don't be reckless. Don't be stupid. But if you're thinking of trying something new, a new project, or maybe a new project to get a new lover, then this is the time to try it, because the cards, the spirit world, are encouraging you to try new things, and it's time. Take a chance, but be careful, don't be reckless. Okay, I hope you understand that, because it could change your life, as the lucky numbers can in a minute. And then the best card of all, this card is what most psychics, there's another cup card, another heart card. Most psychics call this the wish card. It means that the powers of the universe are offering you a wish. And it means you can wish for something. It should be linked to love because it's a love reading. So if you're wishing for a new lover, make the wish tonight or when you go to bed or during the next few days. It will be granted for most of you within 12 to 14 weeks. Maybe 12 to 14 hours. It can happen very quickly. But the wish card is very special. It doesn't come up very often. It's very powerful and it's for you. And now remember, you've been guided to find this reading. You've not come here by fluke. You found this reading from tens of thousands of YouTube videos and you picked from all these cards. And that card is for you and it's the wish card. And you're being offered a wish by powers far superior to us. So don't waste it. Let me know how it goes. Let me know how you get on. So let's sum it up for you before I give you your lucky numbers. Stop worrying because it's not helping you sleep. You're not sleeping well. Try and work out who this lady is that's concerned about you. It could be your mum, it could be a relative, it could be a man, but for most of you, a lady, a bit of an animal lover as well. It looks like she's got a pet. She's concerned about you. There's no reason for it. There's nothing to worry about, but she seems to think that she needs to worry about you, so she obviously loves you and cares about you. Try to avoid conflict and arguments, because if you argue, you're going to lose. You can't win an argument at the moment. For the next 12 to 14 weeks, avoid conflict, avoid getting into other people's bickering and arguments, because you can get dragged in and you end up getting the blame sometimes anyway. You have a secret admirer. You get strange bouquet of flowers from nowhere. You heard it here first. Somebody fancies you quite a lot. Could be some man you like or some girl you like. She likes you or he likes you, and they're coming your way soon if you haven't already met them. It's the end of an era. Part of your life is about to finish. A new exciting chapter is opening. You're going through a book of your life. If you've got 70 years of your life, you'd have 70 chapters or 75. And you're coming to the end of a chapter now and you're starting a brand new one. The death card means change. The end of all the rubbish. Get rid of all the rubbish and start anew. And it goes with this one, the Fool, the Joker. Take a chance. Take a leap of faith. But don't jump over the cliff. Don't give it all away. Don't burn all your bridges. Think about what you're doing carefully. If you're thinking about moving on or leaving somebody, it may be time to do it, but make sure you're right, because you can't always go back again. And then you have the wish card. The powers of the universe, and they are enormous, are offering you a wish. And this is to do with love, and love is the most powerful force in the universe. They're offering you a love wish, a wish to do with love. You can try and make other kinds of wishes, but it's really a love reading. Remember, if you want a proper love spell from me, a private one performed by me, go to the website davidcharlespsychic.com. I'll give you lucky numbers now, number 1, and they are, for the lottery, etc., number 6, 11, 17, I beg your pardon, these are not yours, I beg your pardon. Forget those. Your numbers are 1, 10, 12, 23, 31 and 44. Those are old numbers. So 1, 10, 12, 23, 31 and 44. Let me know if you win the jackpot. Don't get gambling, don't get overdoing it, you'll get us all in trouble. But try those on the lottery. You don't have to use them all, just use some of them. And they are 1, 10, 12, 23, 31, 44. Maybe they ring a bell. Maybe they're wedding days or birthdays or anniversaries or house numbers you lived at. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you win the jackpot. I won't tell a soul. Thank you so much for watching me. Remember my motto, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you'll be loved. And I love every single one of you. So take it easy. I'll get ready for number 2 now. Get ready for number 2. And I'll read for you soon. Please follow me, subscribe, share me with your friends, give me a like and some comments, and I'll catch you later. Hello again, thank you for waiting. If you chose number 2 for your love reading, this is for you, and for your lottery numbers of course. This is number 2 and it's for you. Let's have a look. It's a 12 to 14 week reading. It's called What's He Thinking About Me Now? Or what is she thinking about me now? And let's find out. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't pull any punches. Let's hope it's good. Looks pretty good to me so far. Well, as number 1, it's not a lovey-dovey reading, but I'll tell you the negatives first. And then we'll do the positives. And then your lucky numbers. Don't go without your lucky numbers for the lottery. They could make you a millionaire, or for casinos and that sort of thing. Negatives. Temperance is one here. The temperance movement, remember they tried to ban alcohol, or they did ban alcohol many years ago in the States. Temperance means be temperate in all things. So if you're smoking, cut it down. If you're drinking too much, cut it down, or get rid of the smoking if you can. But it means be moderate in all things you do. So for the next 12 to 14 weeks, it's telling me, number 2, that you need to look after yourself. That's what it means, and some of you may not be. So think about it. What can you alter? What can you change to lower your stress levels, to take care of yourself, and to love yourself? That's what this reading is saying to you to do. There are a few negatives. You have the Devil card as well. That looks really sinister, but it isn't really sinister. It's just warning you that temptation is heading your way, and that means you'll be tempted to do something that you wouldn't normally do, or you may be tempted to say things that you'll regret saying and you can't unsay them. You can say sorry afterwards, but you can never unsay something that you've said. So be careful. Temptation comes almost as if it's testing us out to see how we react. So expect temptation. Remember, you're meant to find this reading. It's timeless. You can find it today when I make it, or 10 years from today. You'll find it when your spirit guides want you to find it, and you're here right now. So you've chosen it from all these cards, so you're meant to find it. So watch out for temptation. Look after yourself. The next negative is this one. This is the 5 of Pentacles, and that would be the 5 of Diamonds in an ordinary deck. And it can mean a loss. So as it's a love reading, it can mean that you're losing each other, or you're falling out, or you're splitting up. It can also mean a possession. So if he bought you something romantic, or he or she, a wedding ring or a locket or a gold thing or anything like that, be careful you don't lose it. Because a loss is in the reading, and it can be, they're usually avoidable. So I'm glad you're watching this, because you can avoid losses. Now, it also means, of course, be careful with money, your handbag, your purse, your wallet, credit cards. Don't lend money to anyone unless you know for certain they're okay. Keep your doors locked, keep your car safe and locked. Don't lose your mobile phone. A loss is in the reading. It could be linked to your love life, so the two of you could lose something. But the most important thing I'm thinking is don't lose each other. Don't get at cross purposes and go walking away, because if you walk away from each other, you may find it difficult to walk back again. So remember, I told you, try not to lose each other. If it's getting a bit close to that, sort it out, look after yourself. Don't do things you're tempted. Temptation is coming to test you out. Don't fall for it, and watch you don't lose each other. This may not be negative, but it does mean legal stuff. This is the King of Swords, and that's the King of Spades in an ordinary deck of cards. King of Swords can mean officialdom, tax people, official documents to fill in, police, speed cameras, parking tickets, but it usually means that you're signing documents. So maybe you're getting married or something. Maybe it's wedding vows, or a mortgage for a new house, or a loan, or something together that you're borrowing, or some legal document that you need to sign. Legal stuff is not always negative. It can sometimes be, but usually legal stuff means justice, and it means that you'll get what you deserve. So this card can also mean justice. It can mean karma. It means the law of nature, the law of the universe will see to you in the coming weeks, and you'll get exactly what you deserve. But if you're signing documents, read them carefully first. If you don't understand them, get somebody to read them for you, because they can be a bit confusing. Let's tell you your positives. Well, you've got justice again here, which is a similar thing. it often, it again means karma. The justice card means you'll get what you deserve. So if you've been a bit naughty, you're going to pay for it. And if you've got karma that's bad, you pay 3 times over. So you pay 3 times for anything bad you've done. If your karma is good and you've been good, then good things are coming. Your karma is good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be catching this reading and be guided to watch it. So your karma is good. It means you'll get, number 2, exactly what you deserve during the next 12 to 14 weeks. So if you deserve good karma, and I know you do, expect to get it. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. I'll try and answer as many as I can. I do get a lot. But expect justice, and it can mean court appearances, or being taken to court, maybe for debts and things like that. But I don't think that's the case for most of you. It may be the case for a few of you. But look out for legal stuff in 2 ways. Maybe solicitors, legal documents, paperwork. It's in the reading twice, so it could be important. But I think it means you're going to get what you deserve. Then we have this bloke coming your way. Now, it could be a girl. For most of you, it's a man. He travels. He's someone you can trust. He's not a cheat or deceitful. He may be a bit predictable, but it's the sort of man that he'll look after you, and if he says he'll help you, then he'll help you. If he says he'll be there, he'll be there. He may be not too dynamic for you. He may not be John Travolta or someone that does the discos, but he's a solid, that's a terrible example, but he's a solid person, but he may not be the life and soul of the party. He's more of a steadying influence in the rock. It could be a relative. It may be your dad or your brother or somebody at work. But for a lot of you, it's a lover. It may be your husband. You may be already married to him. Whoever it is successful. He travels, is smart, is clean, and you can trust him. And if he says he'll call you in the morning at 8 o'clock, he'll call you. He will be there when he says he will. But some people may find him a bit predictable and not like that. It depends on the person, it depends on you, of course. And then you have this one here, indicates that you may be offered a job. Now, this job could be a job for a lover, or it could be linked to your work. So maybe your lover is linked to your career. Excuse me. This shows me that you're being sought after. It could be that you're being sought after by a new lover or somebody at work or at university, wherever your earthly life evolves at the moment, or whatever you're doing in your earthly life or your work life is going to be linked in some way to your love life. So there could be a new lover at work, your lover could be at work, or you may be moving to a new job and you'll meet someone new. So it's a very interesting reading. It's not enormously dramatic, but there's no real bad stuff. As long as you make sure you don't lose something or you don't lose each other, that's what I'm concerned about. The rest of it should be okay. The karma's good. Don't be fooled by temptation. Please love yourself. The Temperance card saying, look after yourself. And I'll read for you again, hopefully once a week if I can. And you can see how it's going on. So follow me if you'd like to. Please subscribe and all that stuff. Give it a like. And share me with your friends. And I hope I've covered everything. I'm going to give you lucky numbers now, number 2. And these are for the lottery, casinos, and all sorts of things, raffles, things. But don't overdo it, okay? You'll get us all into trouble. So let me know if you win the millions. Your numbers are 8, 16, 25, 26, 32, and 46. Do they ring any bells? Are they birthdays, wedding days? I'll give them you again in a minute. Before you go, remember, if you need a love spell from me, go to davidcharlespsychic.com and you can get a reading off my team there. I have over about 120 psychics working for me, and they're all good. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. Your lucky numbers again are 8, 16, 25, 26, 32, and 46. Maybe they ring a few bells. Let me know. They may mean nothing to you at all, but they could do in the future. They could be important. This time next week, you could be a millionaire. So take it easy. Don't get tempted. Expect love to link to your work or studies. Expect justice and karma. Be careful you don't lose something. Look out for this solid bloke. He may be an advisor. It could be a new lover. It could be the love you've already got, or even your husband or your wife. It could be a lady. And watch out for the law and legal documents. Apart from that, it's solid. There are a few warnings, but nothing you can't cope with as long as you take care of yourself. Let me know. Hope you'll watch me next time. Let me know in the comments how you get on. Give it a like, and as I said, if you can, if you'd like to, subscribe to my channel. It's totally free, and I'll read for you again very soon. I love every single one of you. I'll get ready for number 3 now. Take it easy, and I'll catch you later. Hello, thank you for staying with me, and if you chose number 3, this one is for you. And we'll have a look what we've got here. So look, they've been shuffled, as you may know. Well, you may have watched me do that at the beginning. And I'm going to tell you the negatives first about your love life. Again, it's not the same as the first 2 readings. It's not highly dramatic, it's not lovey-dovey, but there's no warnings, there's no bad stuff here. But let me tell you the negatives first, and as in with number 2, you have some issues with stress. This is a love reading. Remember, you're meant to find this. It's timeless. You can find it today or 10 years from today. But this card indicates stress. The chap laying there, look, almost flattened by stress. It means to me, number 3, that your stress levels are too high, looking around 8 out of 10 for stress. Not good at all, but it's so common these days. We're all getting stressed up these days, but this stress may be linked to your love life, so you need to lower it if you can. Find a way of relaxing. I don't think you're sleeping well. As I said earlier to the other 2, I think, or one of them, you may not be eating properly. You may be smoking or doing things you shouldn't do. Well, they say you shouldn't do. You may be drinking too much. So get your stress levels down if you can. I know it's not easy, but try and relax. Find a way of looking after yourself. Look in the mirror and see what a beautiful person you are, and love yourself. And then you won't need the stress. These are the negatives first. The next one, as you can see by this, swords in his back, 10 of swords. That would be the spades in an ordinary deck of cards. They're dug in his back. That indicates, of course, backstabbing. So somebody around you may be being a bit naughty behind your back, and it will be to do with your love life. Maybe there's jealousy around. Maybe it's an ex-wife or someone's ex-husband, and they're causing trouble. It could be your mother-in-law or your ex-mother-in-law stirring it up. Expect for 12 to 14 weeks, this may happen at any point. There's backstabbing around you. Try and raise above it if you can. Don't let it get you down, but don't tell people your business. Don't give people bullets to shoot at you. Don't give them own ammunition. Keep yourself private. Be careful who you trust. Make sure they're okay. Don't be paranoid, but watch out for backstabbing, which will be born from jealousy and maybe spitefulness. And it will be linked to your romantic love life, your love life. Then let's look at these. Where are the this is not a negative, but this woman can be a bit stern. This could be your mother-in-law or your future mother-in-law. It could be your mum or your sister or someone at work. But she's a bit stern, a bit. You can see the clouds around her. She can be a bit cloudy, a bit stormy, but she means well. She's just the sort of person that tells you like it is, like I do. She'll tell you straight, and if she does, don't think, oh, it's only her. Listen to what she's got to say, because it could be important. She could be advising you, telling you something you don't really want to hear, but listen to it. Let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to know. I'll try and answer as many as I can, but I do get quite a lot. But watch out for this lady. She's a mum herself. She's been a mum, a good one. She may be quite mature now, but she's been around the block. She knows what's going on, and she understands the world. And if she gives advice to you, listen to it. If she comes at you in a negative way, then you've got to rise above it, because she can be a bit, what's the word, stern, that's the word, a bit severe. Watch out for that. So a bit of backstabbing, a woman that could be good, mostly good, but she could be a bit funny sometimes. What else we got? Some stress issues. That's really all the negatives I can see. Then we've got some positives, but it's not a lovey-dovey reading. It's the third one on the trot. It's not filled with lovey-dovey stuff, but that means you may already be okay in that direction. If not, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and order a love spell. This bloke is someone that everyone likes. They admire him. He may be linked to your work. This is the sort of bloke that does jobs, and the work he does is a speciality. So he could be a lawyer, an accountant, something like that, that people pay money to for his words of wisdom. And there's lots of examples, but I think you'll know who he is. Again, it could be your husband or your lover at the moment. But it's probably linked to your earthly life, this, the king. And that's, of course, that would be clubs in an ordinary deck. He is a sort of bloke that people respect. and he commands respect, he's smart, he's clever, he's intelligent, and he gives people advice for a living. It could be the vicar, but I think it's more likely to be something more of a labour thing, more than a religious person, but it could be a religious person. He may be giving you advice. This could be your new lover, it could be someone at work or university if you're there, and he could be important to you. He's got medium coloured hair. For some of you, it can always be the opposite sex, it could be a lady, but for most of you, this is a bloke, a man, and he's coming your way. If he gives you advice, listen to it. It could be your dad, it could be your father-in-law, but it's a good bloke. And he radiates warmth and knowledge like a wise old owl, a bit like the lady, but she can be a bit stern. Then you have a lady in spirit with you probably right at this very moment. This card indicates spirituality. The High Priestess tells me that you're in a spiritual mode at the moment. That may be why you found this reading from tens of thousands of readings on YouTube. You're meant to find this, you're meant to pick this deck of cards, you're meant to see that card, because you're being supported by a lady in spirit. Could be someone you lost. Let me know in the comments. Could be someone you lost recently. It could be a lady you lost before you were born. But somebody's guiding you, and she's there, maybe right at this very moment, and she's guiding you, she's helping you. So listen to the inner voices. Go with what's in your heart. Go with your inner feelings. Follow your dreams. Follow your daydreams as well. Don't let anything stop you for the next 14 weeks, 12 to 14 weeks, because this card is very special. And it also means, for a lot of you, that you're quite psychic yourself. So you may have some psychic abilities, some mediumistic abilities, you may have some healing abilities, and you may be clairvoyant, and you probably understand all this before I even spoke to you about it. So listen to your inner feelings. Don't be fooled by backstabbing, stern people, or people that are jealous of you. Now this card here, this is another one card, and this card indicates victory at work, but as this is a love reading, this can mean victory in your love life. So if you're looking at a chap or a girl that you're interested in falling in love with, and 3 or 4 people are after the same person, you'll be the one that wins. So this is a card of victory. It's a victory parade. It's got the laurel wreath there on the thing. It's a victory parade. These cards, a lot of them speak for themselves. This means that you're going to be a winner. If you go for a job and 20 people go for the same job and 20 people get interviewed, you'll be the one that gets the job. But only if it's linked to love, because it's a love reading. So, well, almost only. It could be that you'll get a job anyway, because this card at the end I'm coming to in a minute, but that indicates a job offer. But for the moment, victory is yours. So if you're trying something new, if you're entering the London Marathon or the New York Marathon, you may win it, but you'll certainly win for the charity you're running for. Victory will be yours, especially if it's linked to your love life. Now this one here shows that you're quite skillful. This card is Pentacles again. Pentacles are the diamonds in an ordinary deck. This Pentacle card means that you're being sought after for your skills. It could be your psychic abilities, your mediumship abilities, your healing abilities, your clairvoyant stuff, or it could be the job that you normally do. You may be a window cleaner, you may be a mechanic, but somebody's coming after you because they want you, because they know you're good. But it should, or it's almost certainly linked to your love life. So it looks to me, and it's happened a couple of times already with these readings, that your new lover may be linked to your career, or your lover that you've got now may be linked to your career. There's nothing wrong with this reading. There is a bit of jealousy around, but we get that these days. It just means that they've got no one else to talk about, so they're talking about you, and there could be a bit of backstabbing, a bit of spitefulness. And if you're a girl, there could be a bit of bitchiness, so watch out for that. Don't let it upset you. Rise above them. It means you've got nothing better to do. You're being guided by a spirit, a lady spirit. There's a man in your reading, very important, arriving your way soon. Is not necessarily a traveller, because these days nearly all these cards will say, oh, he's a traveller, but this one probably isn't. He's probably quite solid. He may get on the tubes now and again, but he's not all over the world, that sort of thing. It's someone who's respected, highly respected, and an expert in his field. As I said, he could be a solicitor, or he could even be a doctor or something like that, or a specialist in some area. People pay him money for his advice and for his knowledge. Keep your stress levels down. Cut out the bad habits if you've got them, if you can. Look after yourself, love yourself, expect victory. Whatever you do in the next quarter, 12 to 14 weeks, you should be victorious. So if you're fighting for a bloke and 3 other girls want him, you'll be the one that gets him. I hope he's worth it. But it could mean victory in other areas, but they're probably linked to your love life. So let me know what you think of that. I'll give you lucky numbers for the lottery now. Remember, if you need a love spell, go to davidcharlespsychic.com and you can get a reading with me or my team there from anywhere in the world. And your lucky numbers are 11, 12, 31, 33, 40 and 50. Do they ring any bells? Are they addresses you've lived at, car number plates you've had, work check numbers, something like that? They may be nothing at all, but they may be familiar to you. I'll give them you again. 11, 12, 31, 33, 40 and 50. Please give me a like. Follow me if you'd like to. Subscribe to my channel. It's all free. If you need me for a reading, davidcharlespsychic.com. And I'll read for you soon. I hope to be reading more now. Things have improved around my stressful area with COVID and etc. And I'll read for you soon. Take it easy. Remember, I love every single one of you. My motto, think lucky and you'll be lucky. See you soon and I'll catch you later. Hello, thank you for sticking around and waiting for me. If you chose number 4, this one's for you, for your love life. It's called, What's He Thinking About Me Now? Or What Is She Thinking About Me Now? Let's take a look. I'll tell you the negatives first, if there are any, and then we do the positives. And then you have your lucky lottery numbers. Don't go away without your lottery numbers. They could make you a millionaire. This time next week, you could be a millionaire. Now then, number 4. Let's tell you your negatives first. Well, you're overdoing it. This one, look at him pushing wood uphill. The 10 of wands, it's a 10 of clubs in an ordinary deck. You see him pushing, he's not seeing the wood for the trees, he can't see a thing. This is your love life. It means you may be working too hard in your love life. Maybe you're giving more than your other half is, your lover. Maybe you're trying to find someone to love and that never happens. It's when you're not looking you're more likely to find it. If you go to these lonely hearts clubs and that, they quite often turn out disastrous dating sites. Not always, but I always think you find love when you're meant to find it, and your spirit guides have brought you to this reading. From tens of thousands of YouTube videos, from all these loads of cards, you've chose these, and you've got these cards for a reason. So, stop overdoing it, stop over trying, be a bit more gentle to yourself. And this can also mean you're overdoing it at work, because it's an earth card, an earthly card. That's the way you earn your living at university or at work. You may be overdoing it or making things more difficult than they could be. And to cap it all, this one here shows confusion. Look at them, they're all at cross purposes. So you and your lover, or your future lover, may be at cross purposes and maybe not seeing the wood for the trees. But this one, these one cards, well, clubs cards, as I said they are, that one particularly, you can see they're all at cross purposes. You could be getting the wrong emails, the wrong phone numbers, the wrong information, or just bickering and misunderstanding with your lover or even your family that's affecting your love life. So expect, what's the word? Misunderstandings, that's the word. Make sure you got the facts right and that you're not misunderstanding each other and it causes trouble when it shouldn't, it doesn't need to really. So that is a negative, but you can deal with that, that's dead easy. Now this one here, the 2 of Swords, which of course is the 2 of Spades in an ordinary deck. Look at the blindfold on that lady. The swords are a barrier. She's got the barriers up. It's a Freudian wall. If you know anything about Sigmund Freud. You've got a wall around you, some of you, to keep people out because you're fed up with people letting you down, especially when it comes to love and romance. So somebody's hurt you in the past. Let me know in the comments. And I love to read your comments. I'll answer as many as I can. This tells me that you've got a barrier around yourself. You may not know it. You may be giving off these vibes that say keep away without knowing it. And then you wonder why people don't come near you, because you may be giving off these vibes that say you're being protective because you don't want to get hurt anymore and you're fed up with it. And there's no reason to think that you will. So it's linked to this card here, I'll tell you in a minute. But try and lower your defensive a little bit. Don't be too open, but allow people to get a little bit closer. So that's not a negative card, but it's a warning not to be negative. So let's tell you the positives. You've got an older chap here, the Emperor, from the Major Arcana. This is like an old father figure, or somebody at work that's like your dad, or a grandfather figure. It doesn't have to be your dad or your grandfather, but it could be. But it's an older bloke who's going to give you some advice, and it's during the next 12 to 14 weeks. I normally look at 12 to 14 weeks. So if an older man, in some cases it can be a lady, by the way, but if this older person gives advice to you, listen to it. I've said this in the other readings about other people, but it means advice is coming, and it's really someone who's been around a long while, is a wise old owl, as I always say, and he's a very loving, kind, fatherly, like your granddad really, but he may not be that old, but he's that sort of person. If he gives advice to you, listen to it. Let me know in the comments what it is, because it looks good. These are your positives, and this is probably the best of the 4 readings actually. You have the Lovers here from the Major Arcana. Look at that. Now that means, well, it can mean a few things, but mainly it means it's time for you to make some decisions. Now this can mean that you've got a lover, or you may have 2 and you've got to choose one of them. It can mean you've got 3 actually, but it can mean that you're trying to choose which way to go in your love life. And it's saying to me, again, for 12 to 14 weeks, excuse me, you've got to make some choices and directions in the direction your love life wants to go. If you've got 2 lovers, you need to stop that, because you'll hurt one of them and then you'll get bad karma. You don't want to be hurting people. So if you're seeing somebody who's already married, be careful. If you're seeing someone and you're already married to someone else, be careful. But the Lovers usually is a good thing. It means a choice, and you've got to make choices. Now it can mean a lover from the past showing up, or getting hold of you on TikTok or Facebook or something like that, social media. That's fine. If an old lover comes back from the past, as long as you don't go backwards. Remember, you were hurt in the past. So the spirit world will normally say, through these readings, not every time, but they'll normally say don't go backwards, because it didn't work the first time. Why should it work the second time when you've all been seeing other lovers as well, of course, or other people? So it means this card, the Lover's card, means you've got to make some choices. Only you will know what they are. Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe and all that stuff. It's all free. And if you click the bell icon, you'll get notified by YouTube every time I'll release a new video, which should be once a week now, or more if I can. But watch out for a lover's choice, and don't go backwards. If you've got 2 lovers to choose from, make your choice as soon as you can, and then you can progress into the way your romance is meant to go. And to me, it looks very good. Now this is an Ace of Pentacles. Diamonds in an ordinary deck. And aces, all the aces mean new beginnings. And the first card, of course, it's a number 1 card, it means new beginnings. So it can mean money coming your way. It can mean a diamond coming your way. Maybe he's going to propose. Maybe you're going to propose to him or her. But it can be a diamond. But usually it means money coming. It means a new beginning. And it can, of course, mean a new lover. Because this is a love reading called What's He Thinking About Me? So if you haven't met one yet, you're going to know what the new one thinks about you soon. So to me, this is the best reading. And then you may have noticed this little Empress here. Look at this Empress. She's beautiful. But she's pregnant, see? She looks it. Are you pregnant, number 4? Or are you trying to be pregnant? If you are, the next 12 to 14 weeks are crucial, because this is the time to do it. Your fertility levels are high, and if you're trying for a baby, now's the time. But it's good in other ways, because this card also means fertility in your love life. Your love life can grow and expand and get stronger, and you get closer. It's a very good reading. It's the best of the 4 readings. But if you expect somebody, if it's not you, somebody close will be pregnant soon. It could be your daughter if you're a bit more mature. It could be your sister. It could be your mum if you're younger. If you're too young, you shouldn't be watching this, by the way. But watch out for pregnancy. If you're trying for a baby, this is the time to do it. So let's sum this up. Money coming your way, possibly, and a new beginning. A lover's choice, you've got to make a choice in your love life. You can't leave things like they are. Make some choices and stick with them. And that's not always easy, I know. Hoping this reading's helping guide you to do that. You may receive, advice from an older chap or lady, but for most of you it's a bloke. He's Going to give you some advice. The Emperor there. He's called the Emperor for a reason. He's highly respected, lovely older chap, mature. High likelihood of pregnancy. Get your barriers down a little bit, lower the guard a bit, don't let it completely down, be careful. I don't want you getting hurt again. Let me know in the comments. Watch out for confusion at work and in your love life, especially if your love life is at work, because it could be linked to your earthly life. The ones are clubs, they usually mean earthly stuff. And stop trying too hard. Remember, if you need a love spell from me, go to davidcharlespsychic.com and you can book a reading there with me, a private reading, or with my team. I've got over 100 psychics that work for me, 120 I think at my disposal, and they're all good. Your lucky numbers for the lottery are number 6, 11, 17, 20, 31 and 42. Do they ring any bells? Are they familiar to you maybe? Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but they could make you rich. Don't get over gambling on casinos and that. Take it easy, don't do more than you normally do, but try these numbers, or some of them, you don't have to use them all. 6, 11, 17, 20, 31 and 42. I'll read for you again soon. Please click the bell icon, follow me, subscribe to me, it's all free. Remember, if you want a love spell from me, it's davidcharlespsychic.com, and take it easy. I love every single one of you. Remember my motto, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you'll be loved. See you soon. Take it easy. Catch you later.